Josh Terania is currently 21 years as of this recording. And Josh Terania is also a maritime student, currently third year college, studying at Davao Merchant Marine Academy, and a scholar of Norwegian Shipowners Association. At the same time, I am a passionate musician. Specifically, I am an aspiring rap artist and representing Ilonggo music, as well as one of the passionate artists of Iloilo Champions of Music, or ICX Network, which aims to unite all Ilonggo artists for one common goal, and that is to make Ilonggo music mainstream.
So, what is your normal day like, Josh?
Well, my normal day starts with me waking up, of course, and I have to attend my every morning daily muster. That is where we check our attendance with our juniors and batchmates in our academy. Even if it's online, we have to maintain our discipline. I start my day with Navy dozen exercises because I want to keep myself healthy during this pandemic. And at the same time, I continue to focus on making music. I listen to different types of rap music, learning to make beats, learning to make my lyrics more creative, honing my craft. And at the end of the day, I go back to exercising again. And before I sleep, I always pray with my family.
So, what about your childhood? What was your childhood like? When and how did you start singing or with your music journey?
Yes, my childhood was, well, I could just say that I was very blessed as a child, having grown up from a well-providing family. My father also being a seafarer, and my mother being one of the best mothers in the world, who supported me all throughout my journey. And as a kid, I really ventured into music when I was, I think, around 5 years old, when I remember my first time performing on stage. It was a high school musical performance that time, when it was still a hit. And before, I usually would sing pop songs as a kid, and I would join these community vocal solo contests, and until I reached high school, where I ventured into rock music, into the rock genre. So I was into these rock bands. So shout out to Against the Light, Nine of Diamonds, who were my band when I was still in high school, for all the memories, and of course for all the music that we created together, and for representing our school, of course, Iloilo Scholastic Academy. And I believe that that journey from childhood, from elementary all the way to high school, it really molded me to find what type of artist I really wanted to become. Especially when you reach adolescence, when you realize you couldn't hit the notes that you used to hit as a kid. It really helped me explore into different types of genres that I think my voice would be suitable to. And that is why right now I am exploring rap music, which has become really one of my most favorite genres.
What kind of child is Josh?
As a kid, I guess Josh is a very outgoing, a very active, a very competitive type of person. If competitive, by that I mean competitive with myself. I always want to prove that I am better than myself yesterday, and that I can always be better, especially if I made a fault, if I made mistakes, that I could always be a better person and help more people at the end of the day. And as a child, I was lucky to be one of the privileged ones, and I realized that not everyone is as privileged as me. That is why we have to be thankful with the blessings that God has given us, and that if given the opportunity, I'll always be willing to help children, especially who are venturing also in music but are not given the same opportunity as well.
Being a rapper, what does it take to become a rapper? Why did you choose to become a rapper? And can you tell us more? What is rap? What is rapping? Tell us more about it.
So I became, let me start with what is rap music. Well, rap is basically just writing emotions, and it's just storytelling in a very, very creative and musical, rhythmic way. There is no specific there's no specific way of doing rap because there are many different types of rap. We have boom bap, we have speed rap, and it really depends on what makes the artist most comfortable in terms of rapping. I myself, I am not an expert rapper and I'm still learning, but from what I know, rapping really stemmed from hip hop, and because of the communities that really honed rap music, we have what we enjoy the modern rap today. And for me, rap music is really about, as I said, creativity and writing, because there are certain songs that really hit you, that really strike you. Rap music is one of those songs that really change the way you look at things. The first time I realized rap was beautiful was when I listened to Glock 9's Serena. Not that I can relate to it personally, of course, but the way he made me relate to it. For example, I have many friends who come from the LGBTQ community, and that song was what really opened my mind to the possibilities of rap music, especially with how Francis Magalona wrote about the beauty of the Philippines by exposing its flaws and its beauties at the same time. That there is indeed truly a kaleidoscope world existing in this universe. That is the beauty of rap music. There is no limitations with the amount of creativity that you can put into the wording, into the rhyming, and it's basically just spoken poetry with a little bit of music added at the background.
So, do you have an international favorite rapper? Who is that?
If I had an international favorite rapper, in terms of songwriting, of course, it would automatically be Eminem. Being someone who is well, from in terms of skin color, of course, he is not the generic type of rapper, but he was able to shine in that field. The way he writes his songs, the way he portrays his lyrics, and the way his styles differ in every song and every era that he performs. He is one of those legends in rap that even today are still relevant, just like how relevant Glock 9 is even in today's society here in the Philippines. That is why if I had someone to look up to in terms of international artists, international rappers, it would really be Eminem. I've always been a fan of Eminem as a kid and even now as a young adult.
Okay, what about Filipino rappers? Who are the Filipino rappers that really gave you the inspiration to do the same?
Whoa, if I could list like 100 probably, that would be
Top
great.
three.
But if I had a top three, oh, that's even harder. But, I'll start with Francis Magalona, of course, the one and only king of rap, the legend himself. Next would be Glock 9. And one of my favorites, Sheikh Yi. So these are the people that really influence my rap style, my rap music, as well as my lyricism. These are the people that I would always jam to and dance to, my workout music. Yeah, these are my all-time favorite artists here in the Philippines.
Okay. Josh, do you get bullied? What do you think was the most or the worst hateful comment you received? Ever there's that?
So it is unavoidable, especially when you're younger, that you feel left out or that you feel bullied because of the way who you are or the way you think. I cannot say to myself that I've really been bullied because I don't really mind comments about me, since I really just focus on my own view of myself. But if there's really something horrible that's been said to me in my entire life, of course, especially when I was a kid, it's that medyo personal kasi yung question eh. May,
Move on to the next question.
as a teenager and as a young adult, I know that I've done so many things that are hurtful to others in the past, that have hurt people indirectly or directly, that in the end I received flack and criticisms with regards to my actions, especially towards those people. And I believe that those that mindset that you have to be better than yesterday, it applies here, because sometimes the biggest bully is yourself. You bully yourself into becoming a better version of yourself, and sometimes you can't even forgive yourself. And there really must come a time when you have to come to terms with yourself that someday you'll be a better version of yourself, that someday you'll get over the hurdles that you've encountered in the past. And all the hurtful things that others have said to me, that I've said to myself, I just leave it at the back of my head and I focus on what I have now, what I will be having in the future. Because only when we move forward do we realize that we are making progress.
What was your career like prior to COVID? You gigs, or how was it different from before and now?
Prior to COVID, I was a very active student leader here in Iloilo as well as over there in Davao. And I wasn't really much of venturing into music, like really focusing on music itself, but I did have a passion for music still. I was performing in bands, in school bands. I was writing songs for our school. And at the same time, before COVID, well, because of how active I was as a student, I had more time to focus on different fields that I am into, such as leadership and youth development. That is why I'm not really thankful because of the pandemic, but there are certain, because of the pandemic, I was able to really focus on myself, just in my room, thinking of what I'm going to do the next day, being bored, that it shaped my interest in being creative, in art, in music. And it was really during the pandemic that I really started really releasing these original compositions that I had inside of me.
I have seen your recent song. It was very amazing. And can you tell us more about it?
So, Gwapa Rabiya is a song that empowers women. And my main inspiration for that song, of course, is Rabiya Mateo. As well as the beauty of every Ilongga. Kay man basta Ilongga, Gwapa. Amo na nga ginsulat ko niya kanta kay samtang arap ko sa Davao. In the academy, we were very locked down and very strict and very disciplined. I received a call from my mother that the representative of Iloilo City, won Miss Universe Philippines. And that really inspired me. It made writing it so easy, so simple, because I was writing about my mother, I was writing about my sister, I was writing about my crushes here in Iloilo, I was writing about my people, the Ilongga women, the Ilonggos. And I believe that it is really an amazing song. Why? Because aside from my input, aside from my insights, I involved many Ilonggo artists who brought out ang pagkatahom, no, ang beauty sininga kanta of this music. And it's really just, I'm really thankful with the opportunities and the people that made this song possible, that produced this music and got the music out there. And hopefully this song, it will be able to empower even more people, even more women, because whether you are Morena, Chinita, Eita, or Mestiza, basta Ilongga, matuod gid nga gwapa.
Can you sing us the song, like a part of it?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Like a sun in the universe, bred to be a winner with a generous heart. You're Aurora girl, I gotta say. Oh, whenever you walk into the room, girl, you're like a flower that's about to bloom. Your smile can't wait, even if I swim across the Gimera straight into your heart. And I am asking for, hoping for the day that I get to call you mine. I don't mind wait a bit longer, cause every second's worth it when I'm waiting for the love of an Ilongga. Basta Ilongga gwapa, basta Ilongga gwapa, basta Ilongga gwapa, tara halabira para kay Rabiya.
Okay, so how do you usually write a song? Music first, lyric first, sabay, inspiration that you get.
Okay, so writing the music, this is the fun part, no? Sometimes it hits you like a bullet, you know. It just gets stuck in your head, that melody. When you're in the bathroom taking a bath and you're humming something, that's already the process of songwriting. You're already making the melodies, you're already thinking of the beats with the way you stomp your feet while you are in the bathroom as the water splashes. You're imagining music already. When you wake up in the morning and you dream something in the middle of that dream, that is already songwriting. It really depends per person, and even the person himself or any other musician would agree with me that there is no specific process in songwriting. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years before a song fully culminates into what it is when it releases. Sometimes it only takes 5 minutes. And that's why I cannot speak really on what is the songwriting process. But when that creative juice really hits you, you have to get it going. And I start usually with writing down what pops into my head at that specific moment. I write it down, I don't forget it, and then I record the humming, the tune, I record it. After which I conceptualize of the beats, I conceptualize of the melody or the pitch, and then everything else, the musicality, it just follows. And sometimes when I know that my own music could even be better, I do not hesitate to ask help from others, to collaborate with others, because that way music itself would grow, not just you as an artist, but music itself would grow.
What is your long-term plan with your music career? How do you see yourself maybe many years later?
So first of all, I'm going to finish my studies. I'm going to focus on my profession, so that one day I can have the capital to buy myself a studio. And then I'm going to focus on my music during my vacations whenever I am not sailing. And I really have no intentions of letting music go, because music has been part of my life as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult. It has been with me every step of the way, through tough times, through storms, and through happy moments in life. Music has been there with me. And even when people come and go, even when your interests in music change, ang music nagatinirgid permi sa akon. And I'm thankful to God for giving me this music. And that is why, what is stated in the Bible, whatever talent that you have, hone it, cultivate it, harvest it, and of course, share it with other people. If I were a song, I guess it would be Kaleidoscope World by Francis Magalona. Because being a Filipino, you have multicultural assets within you. And being a person, you are holistic in a way that you can be of any color, of any hue to any person, depending on how you showcase yourself. As the lyric states in the chorus, every color, every hue is represented by me and you. Take a slide in the slope, take a look at the kaleidoscope. Because that means that in life, we all have different perspectives. As long as we look at life in the different colors, not in black and white, but in the different colors, and appreciate it for the different colors that life provides us, then we can see the beauty in every person that we encounter. That is what I intend to be with every person that I meet. I want to be kaleidoscope, I want to be true to myself, and I want to be true to others as well.
Josh, are you single?
Yes, I am single at the moment. But I'm not really focused into getting into relationships at the moment. I am super focused on my studies, super focused on my music. But if I were to say, of course, there is a certain someone who's making my heart beat at the moment. But I will not reveal who it is. I will reveal when the time comes, of course. But for now, I'm focused on my academics, focused on my career, and love life is just there to motivate me and to fuel me to get myself even further.
Do you have a message? All the people watching, what is that?
If I had a message to anyone who's listening, especially aspiring musicians, no? Ang ako lang gid nga mahambal sa inyo, padayon lang gid. Keep going, keep continuing, bato. Kay man, if we stop and if we stagnate, then we will never go anywhere. It is okay to take a rest. It is okay to balance things out. It is okay to have a pause. Stop, take a look at the outside world, inhale, exhale, have a rest. But never stop. Do not forget to take a step forward. Do not forget to go forward towards the direction where you want to be in the future. Only then will you realize how far you've gotten once you reach that point in life where you stop once again, you look back, you inhale, exhale, you take a rest, and you see just how many people you've helped along the way, just how far you've reached from where you started at the very beginning. Padayon lang, bato mga kasimanwa, bato mga kapwa musikero, bato mga Ilonggo.